Hello students. Today we are going to take up a topic of class 10 science, and the topic we are going to start is metals and non-metals. That is chapter 3rd. Topics to be covered in this chapter are first introduction, then we'll take up metals and non-metals, next physical and chemical properties, metallurgy, chemical bonding and alloys. Basic introduction of this chapter. We come across so many things in the nature. Substances occur either naturally or artificially, that means man-made. Natural substances occur naturally. There are many types of natural substances. Among them, one type is metals and non-metals. There is wide uses of metals and non-metals. Here are the two figures. In the first figure, you can see copper wire and its use is electrical transmission. In the second figure, you will see sulfur. Sulfur belongs to the non-metal category and copper belongs to metal category. The main constituent of acid rain is sulfur. There are many uses of sulfur. Now, next point is origin of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals are naturally occurring substances. Metals and non-metals belongs to element category. Element is a substance that cannot be broken into more simpler substances. Elements are made up of atoms. Atom together form elements. According to their properties, elements are metals, elements are non-metals, and also metalloids. Elements are noble gases. Here is the figure of pendant set. Pendant set is made up of gold. Gold belongs to the category of metal. These are aluminum sheets and aluminum foil. It is used in the home. It also belongs to the category of metals. Now, we will discuss about physical properties of metals and non-metals. First property we are going to start is malleability. That means the process of beating into thin sheets. Metals are malleable. That means by hammering, it turns into thin sheet. Non-metals are non-malleable because they are brittle, that means raw. If you hammer it, then they actually get break. In the figure, you will see aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is used in packaging of food. It is made up of metal, that means aluminum. Aluminum sheets. They are also made up of metal and they possess the property malleability. That means they can be turned into thin sheets. Next property is ductility. Ductility means the process of drawing into thin wires. Metals are ductile. That means by hammering, they drawn into thin wires. Non-metals are non-ductile because they are brittle. If we hammer it, they get break. Here are the two figures. One is the copper wire and second is the silver wire. Copper wire is used for electrical transmission. Silver and copper wire highly ductile, so we can form very thin wires. But non-metals cannot be made into thin wires. Next property we have electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity. Means electric current flows and it produces heat. Thermal conductivity and electrical conductivity are linked with each other. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. That means electric current flows easily and it produces heat because they have free mobile electrons in it. Now in the figure you can see copper metal. It is good conductor of electricity. So this wire is used for electrical transmission. Now we talk about non-metals. Non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity because they don't have free mobile electrons. That is the reason they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Next property we have luster, means shine, whether metals shine or not. Metals are lustrous, that means they have shiny appearance, but non-metals are non-lustrous. In figure, you will see gold have actually good shine. In the second figure, it is non-metal, it is not at all shiny. It doesn't possess that kind of luster. But still, we have some exceptional cases. If we talk about non-metal lustrous property, then iodine and graphite, they both are exceptional cases. They are lustrous. If we talk about hardness, whether they hard or not, so we see that metals are actually hard and non-metals are soft in nature. But we know that we often get exceptional in all the cases. We have soft metals. Soft metals are sodium and potassium, are so soft that they can easily cut with the knife. As you can see in the figure, this is sodium and it is cutting with knife. It is so soft in nature. If we talk about non-metals, they are usually soft, but the exception is diamond. We know that diamond is a form of carbon. It is the hardest substance known. These are the exceptional cases that diamond being a non-metal but still it is hard, and sodium and potassium being metal, still they are soft in nature. Now we talk about melting and boiling point. That means amount of heat we need to melt it and amount of heat we need to boil it. But what is that temperature when they melt or boil? Metals are usually hard, therefore their melting point is high, even their boiling point is high. Because if we talk about non-metals, they are actually soft. So as compared to metals, they have low melting point and boiling point. Next property is sonority. Sonority is that when we hit it produce sound. Metals are sonorous, means when they hit it produce sound. Example, metal chair. If we strike, they produce sound because metals are sonorous, but non-metals are non-sonorous. They don't produce any kind of sound. Now the next property is physical state. If we talk about physical state, that means whether they are solid, liquid or gas. Metals are usually solid at room temperature, but still we have an exception. We know that mercury and gallium, they are two metals which are actually liquid at room temperature. Otherwise, other than these, all metals are solid. Non-metals, which one solid also, few are liquid, few are gases also, but there is only one non-metal which is liquid at room temperature, and that is bromine. So non-metals are solid as well as liquid as well as gases also. But the liquid is only one, that is bromine. And this figure you will see that this is actually mercury, and we talk about that the metals are usually solid, but the mercury and gallium are liquid at room temperature, and you know that mercury is actually filled in thermometers because due to its heat sensitivity. So thank you students. Now we will learn chemical properties of metals and non-metals in the next video.